when the United States left Iraq, there was a plan in place to have trained the Army, to keep the training going, to keep the military-to-military relationship healthy and moving. And yet, as ISIS rose and took territory in the past 6 months, I think it is a great understatement to say that people were quite disappointed in the performance of the Iraqi military when left to their own operations. Where did you expect that the Iraqi military would be 2.5 years after the American withdrawal? And what do you think went wrong?
Yeah, so a couple things. One is, I do want to go back. So December 2011, when the United States finished its operations in Iraq, at the time, I think everyone would have told you that security's at best level it's been in a very long time. The Iraqi security forces have been conducting independent operations for over a year. The economy was growing. They are forming a new government. That went fairly smoothly. So people felt that it was going along the right way. So what happened? And that's the question. So first off, because of a lack of agreement, a SOFR agreement, that limited significantly any mill-to-mill relationships, because simply we were unable to put much military on the ground to do any type of training at all with the Iraqis. So they became more reliant on contractors and other things. And I'm not saying contractors can't help, but that had some effect. But the problem here is not the training of the Iraqi security forces. The problem you saw with because they didn't fight. They gave up. They abandoned their posts in the north. Why did that happen? Well, first, it became the politicization of the military leadership inside of Iraq. Leaders were changed out. Many of them weren't qualified. There was some sectarian nature to the changes that were made. So I believe what you found is a complete lack of trust, confidence, and frankly, loyalty to the commanders. So when they were challenged, you saw them very quickly fade away. They weren't, in some cases, not willing to fight for government that they perceived as not standing up for all the different peoples inside of Iraq. So I think that played a significant role in this more than anything. Although I would say that their ability to continue their own training was disappointing. And the lesson here is you got to stand up an institution that is lasting, that can sustain a long period of training and sustaining of an army over the long period of time. And I think that piece we fell short with. We weren't quite done with that when we left in 2011. That's why we wanted to leave more soldiers behind, but we're not able to come to an agreement that allowed us to do that. And I think there was overestimation on the Iraqi leadership part of how far they had come, and they felt because of the successes they had had, they really no longer needed the United States there to help train, so we did not get an agreement.